I can't wait till they come down with a countdown clock, because before the thing spins all the way, you're actually live. Hi! Hi, world. JB in the house. Welcome to the Guitar Cloud Symposium Party. This is going to be epic. This is going to be a fantastic party that we got going here. And I will tell you, for the people that have no idea what I'm talking about, Guitar Cloud Symposium is something I started last summer in August, along with Gretchen Menn, Neely Brosh, and Vicky Genfan. And we decided to build this community of guitar lovers and content. And the way we broke it down was each of us was going to do 6 modules of things that we love to teach, stuff that we're really into. Like I'm into the whammy bar and the whammy pedal and brain science and the transcribe app. And we just filled an entire weekend full of fun. We're going to do this every 2 months, and this is the last day of the December module, so the next one will be in February. And it just keeps growing and getting better and better, and the word is getting out there. On the Friday, we get together and do an orientation and try to learn about the people, about the students from around the world that are joining us. This time we had somebody from Zimbabwe, Guguletu. And we got somebody from Australia this time. We've had people from Mexico City, from Holland. It's so cool to have this virtual space where people from any country in the world can join us. And we have a community. There's a private Facebook page that people are very active on, posting themselves playing or just chit chat, sharing things about gear that other people might not know about. And we all put special posts in there just for the students and alumni. And Saturday and Sunday, you put on your seatbelt and it's content, content, content. We just go, go, go. We do give you little breaks. And in fact, Vicky does a break midday of body work to get your blood back in your brain, basically, which is super cool. I always love to partake in that. And then Monday night, which is tonight, we have an amazing party, which usually involves champagne, but I just ran out of time today to go get it for myself. You're welcome to open up out there, crack a beer or whatever suits your fancy to join this party. And then we get into sponsor giveaways. We have so many amazing sponsors, and they've been supporting us since the beginning. And it just blows my mind in a pandemic that we get such interest from people. So one of the cool things I get to do is play Santa Claus. Are you ready? Are you ready for the hat? It's just hell on the hair, but here I go. I am now, well, actually, it's a cross between Oprah and Santa today. You get some guitar strings, you get some guitar strings. So it's really fun for me. And of course, fun for the winners. And a lot of these students walk away with a whole lot more than they signed up for. So I think I will welcome, I hope you're here, Laura Whitmore. Are you in the house?
Hey there, Jennifer. I am here. How are you?
Fantastic. It's good to see you. It's so good to see you. I have to say this every time that you are Wonder Woman, because this is a girl that doesn't sleep. She does so much. She's behind the She Rocks Awards, you name it. I'm going to let you tell them a bit about your background before we give away a Spark amp to one special student.
Okay, just really quick because, this is not about me. But yeah, hey guys, I'm super excited to be here. I'm VP of Marketing for Positive Grid, and we have been so stoked to support all these fantastic instructors and all of you learning. And I'm very excited to be able to give away one of our Spark amps tonight. And Spark, if you don't know, it's a really great little practice amp, and it's sold over 150,000 Sparks now, and the #1 amp of 2020. So I'm really stoked to have one of you guys be able to have one and check it out, practice, and have fun.
And I have been playing with the Spark and having a great time with it. And I'm going to be using it for recording a series of Jeff Beck tunes coming up. Because the next thing, before we give this away, the next thing that we're going to get into is every other month that we do not have the Guitar Cloud Symposium. On one long Saturday, we're going to do a deep dive. And the last time, which was our virgin experience for doing the deep dive, we did the theme of creating your own album. And this time, we're going to do Guitar Heroes. I'm going to jump into Jeff Beck with an insider's view of somebody that got to spend 3 years on the road with him. Jude Gold is going to do Van Halen, and I will introduce Jude in the second half of this hour.
Nice.
Vicky Genfan is going to do Joni Mitchell, and Gretchen Mann is going to do Jimmy Page. And I will have them speak more about that in a bit. But first, how about you tell them a little bit about the She Rocks Awards?
Yes. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So we've got, so this is our 9th annual She Rocks Awards. Normally we do it live in Anaheim during the NAMM show. It's a great event that honors women in the music industry, both performers and behind the scenes heroes. This year we're doing it virtual because that's life right now. And we'll be live streaming it on Friday, January 22nd, with our partners NAMM and also Parade Magazine. We'll be hosting the live stream of the She Rocks Awards. It's all free. You can just watch online. It's Friday night. We do have a ticket on our site, sherocksawards.com, that gives you that. We'll send you a gift box of all these really fantastic gifts from our sponsors. And you get a ticket to our after party, kind of like this, to hang with us after the She Rocks Awards. But, you know, it's so inspiring to hear the stories of these fantastic female role models. Jennifer was an honoree one year. And this year, we just announced today that we'll be honoring Nancy Wilson from Heart as part of this year's She Rocks Awards, and also the Go-Go's, Amy Lee from Evanescence, Margaret Cho, the comedian. She'll be part of the show this year, just because we all need a good laugh. We've got Cindy Blackman Santana, the drummer, and like a whole bunch of other fantastic artists, Cherie Curry from the Runaways. So it should be a really great show of inspiring positivity and also really great performances. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm's our host this year. So check it out. You can find out more at sherocksawards.com.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Several of us have gotten to go there, and it was actually mind-blowing. It was like going to the Grammys. It was so fancy with this big room with these giant LED screens on the sides. It was really, really exciting, and it's such a cool thing that you're, showing the world.
We got to keep it going.
Yeah, since 2012. But you better invite me to the 10th anniversary.
I know, next year. I've literally already put a hold on the House of Blues for 2022. So fingers crossed.
Fantastic. Now, let me see if I have 5 screens I'm dealing with here. Let me see. I did pin you, but it's not making you big. So how about we do a drum roll and you tell the people who is going to win this amazing Spark amp. Smart technology that there's a community of sounds people are making that anybody can download and put in your own amp and go. Dun, da, 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 da.
You want me to say who's the winner? I don't know how this winner was chosen. I'm assuming randomly from.
Yeah, we had a randomizer. See, last time when we were doing giveaways, the randomizer was a snore fest. It's would you just stop spinning? So we did it in advance this time.
Yes. Okay, so the winner of the Positive Grid Spark, awesome little practice amp, is Julio. Sorry, I forgot the last name. Julio Rivera.
Yeah, Julio.
Where's Julio?
He's down in the schoolyard.
Right here.
Hey,
Thank
Julio.
you.
Woohoo!
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure we'll get your address and ship it out to you. And
yes, thank you.
You can have a happy holiday hanging with Spark. So
my neighbors are not going to hate me finally.
Okay.
I can tone it down, maybe.
Well, it's amazing how loud 40 watts can be on a Sunday morning, though.
It's true.
I think you can still cause
but
trouble.
It's got cool backing tracks and everything that you can play along to, so you'll have a really fun time. Yeah.
Congratulations, and thank you so much, Laura.
My pleasure.
Before you go, Laura, however, there's somebody here that you might know named Kat Dyson.
Where?
Yeah,
Where is she?
You know,
there's so many people on here. Hi. How are you?
I'm so good, and you know, I know that I'm supposed to do something for the Spark people, but I have been having so much fun with that amp.
Yes.
That I've been prepping for all my sessions. I've been recording with it, and now my neighbors really don't hate me. I've been playing it so much. I'm like, oh, I got to put a camera on. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I got to stop and do this. But you know, I just want to say to everybody out there, if you can get a chance to go to the She Rocks Awards, this is the first time I'm missing it, and I got withdrawal already, as you talked about it.
Right.
Me and Divinity and the girls, we usually a backing band, and we usually play. So, you know, please support it, and please support the event. So many good people. And I mean, I miss you guys so much. And this just
me too.
It just brought it all the way to, but I mean, I've been having so much fun with that amp every time.
Teary.
And I'm like up at 3 o'clock in the morning playing it in my pajamas. I'm like, I can't film that.
That's right. You got to be strategic when you turn the camera on.
But I did play it on some of the backing tracks. So I did do that.
Awesome.
And I had so much fun with Divinity with that.
That's so great. Yeah, I mean, Kat has been in our house band for the She Rocks Awards for, I don't even know, like the past 5 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and such a great, fantastic. I tell you, I feel like I just want to do the She Rocks Awards so we can have dinner after, because that's like my favorite part.
Exactly.
And the show's all over. I can have a good time.
It's all about the martini after. The martini after.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to enjoy life, right?
I tell you what, if you're not familiar with Kat and have been living under a rock, she played with Prince along with Rhonda Smith, there's such badass musicians. And I tell you, Kat, when I first heard you at the She Rocks Awards, my friend and I, we were just looking at each other like, oh my God, did you just hear that? It was so strong and so slamming and so grooving. I mean, just the walk on and walk off music was so tight. I got us scared. That's what happened.
That's all up to our MD, Divinity Rocks, and Benita Lewis, and we've had on drums, and we've had Cora Coleman on drums, and Dreen on keys, and Lynette on keys. But it's Divinity. You know, she pulls us together with a smile. And I think my best memory was playing that Jeff Beck tune and getting a chance to play with you. That was a groove. Hands down, that was a groove.
And we were there live, and it was amazing.
Yay.
Cool.
That's
Thank
my
you so
goal.
much.
Making special memories. There we go.
Kat,
awesome.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
The last time we got together, I remember we got together, and during the time we were together, there was a tune that appeared that was kind of not okay. I found that you can polish a turd because you turned it into something really special. It was just off the cuff, and you took control, and holy crap, I got so much respect for you. And anybody that hasn't caught this, Jude Gold has the most amazing guitar podcast in the planet, and Kat did an interview, and I learned so much about her and got even more scared of her in that. So you can get out your Google fingers.
You are my sensei, and you already know it, so don't even try it. Don't even try it. Stop.
You're very kind. You're very kind. All right, now I'm going to... Laura, thank you so much. I mean, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. We really appreciate your support.
I have calls with Taiwan tonight, so I got to go. Crazy days, crazy nights. Really good, guys. Keep playing. Good to see all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the amp.
All right. My pleasure.
Now, I'm going to get back into this Guitar Heroes thing I've been screaming about that I'm so excited about. This is going to be so epic. You know, nobody doesn't have influences. And when I was, I don't know, 12, 13, I discovered Jeff Beck on the radio, and it just blew my socks off. So I went to memorize 2 entire albums. And so the culmination of things I've learned, and plus being on the road with him for 3 years and in the studio, I'm really going to take off and show you all the iconic stuff and what's inside that. Now, Vicki, I would like to introduce you, one of the founding members of Guitar Cloud Symposium, to talk about what's coming up with your Joni segment of the Deep Dive, January 16th.
Yeah. Well, you know, Joni was a big influence for me in terms of just introducing me to the idea of open tunings. I don't think I'd ever been aware of that you could do that up until that point. Well, I was about probably 14 or something. And, you know, she is, to me, she's iconic as a songwriter, as a lyricist, as a guitarist. And I don't know that everyone understands what she's done in her guitar work. So, you know, it got my ears open to this thing called open tuning, and that's, I haven't looked back since. So I'm going to take us through 3 of her songs and 1 tuning. She's got 57, and she's got me beat by 20 tunings. I've got 37. She's got 57 tunings. You know, and I was thinking at first, oh my God, how do I do this? We're going to, you know, play like 13 songs. I'll show you guys all these. We're going to do 1 tuning, and we're going to do 3 songs that are in that tuning. And, you know, you're going to get a feel. You're going to get like your hands on a Joni thing, kind of getting inside how Joni's chord progressions work, how she thinks about, you know, getting from here to there. It's just, I'm really excited. I've never really dug into how her tunings. I've always ignored her tunings. I wanted them to be Joni tunings. So it's even going to be cool for me to dig in. So that's going to be my deep dive, and hope you will join us.
Fantastic. And I will introduce the other person you saw in the picture there in a little bit. How about Gretchen? Tell them a little bit about Jimmy Page and why you might be interested in teaching some of his stuff and getting out your bow and all that.
Yeah, well, you had this wonderful idea for this deep dive after we had already decided on the content for this symposium. So in a way, this was great. It was like I got to give a really quick little overview on some of these essential Jimmy Page techniques, but this deep dive is going to be so much fun because all of the things that we had to go through kind of quickly, I'm going to get to really get into and dissect. And as I already talked about, Jimmy Page is so diverse of a player and so expansive, and just the techniques he uses and the way he approaches music, that it's gonna be even more than we can talk about in a full hour and a half. But I'm excited to get as much in there as possible. And as you guys know, or at least I hope you know by now, I take requests very seriously. So if anybody is going to be there and is desperately wanting to learn some aspect of it, shoot me a message, and I will very, very, very seriously consider altering my curriculum to what you guys want to hear.
And while we have you on camera, I want to introduce Daniele Gottardo, who just taught with us for the first time sweep picking and chordal tapping, and just floored people like you wouldn't believe. So just say a quick hello, and let's hear your lovely accent from Italia.
I don't have any accent. Hi guys, I'm kidding, I have a lot. And it was such a pleasure to be in this incredible group of instructor and artist, first musicians, and then no, doesn't make sense. Anyway, it was very cool, and was happy to have my contribution in this Guitar Cloud Symposium, and was talking about technique for guitar, and trying to dissect in digestible bite-sized chunks. Is correct the term?
I think you got that from Jennifer, and you've
Yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
practicing
I
it ever
like it.
since.
Digestible size bite chunks.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. And for anybody that doesn't know who Daniele is, you should look him up on YouTube or Instagram or any of those, on the interweb kind of places. He is one of Steve Vai's favorite players, and that says a hell of a lot. I'm sure Steve has heard a ridiculous number of guitar players in the last 20, 30 years. So to be able to stand out in his world is really incredible. Thank you. Now, Angela Petrelli is another instructor that we've had the last two symposiums. Got into little slide guitar, and are you there? Can you
Yes,
pop into our world,
I
madam?
am here. I had the absolute best time teaching all of you and teaching alongside these you amazing instructors. It is so much fun for me. I love to play, but I really love to teach too. And I hope that this weekend you guys, again, we're planting the seeds here, and I'm really excited to hear where you guys take all of this fun stuff that we taught. But yeah, I really enjoyed teaching slide. I know it's something cool and different for all of you. And along with, the tone in the hands, I want you guys thinking about, okay, wow, the differences between bends and between pull-offs and hammer-ons, and how you can build your voice as a player. But again, just thank you all so much for having me. And this is just such a blast, and so honored to be a part of this. It was great.
You can check out Angela's playing on her Instagram, her and her other 100,000 fans. It's really killer. She'll just sit there and groove with that Strat and inspire the masses.
It's a lot of
Now, before I get to the fourth person in this poster, Jude Gold, it's time to give away some more toys. Santa Oprah. Oh, we got to come up with a mishmash of those two names. Oprah.
Sopa.
Bless you. All right. Well, one other sponsor that has been with us since the beginning is Sweetwater. And why would you not want to shop at a retailer that gives you Tootsie Rolls on top of your new guitar? They have the best customer service out there. And they have agreed for this and the next symposium and the last symposium to give away a $100 gift card. And the winner is Christine Taunton. It pays to be a newbie, huh? Congratulations, Christine. We will.
Thank you. You missed my holler. I was like, ah!
Oh man.
Thank you.
Synchronicity that there's a Sweetwater t-shirt in the house right next to you. That's phenomenal. Wow, they're gonna love that.
That's our primary. Yeah, right.
Right.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's where my income goes, straight to Sweetwater. Sad but true. And they have given me, oh my God, my living room is full of goodies for people, and I will spend the next 2 or 3 days at the post office. I'll just bring a sleeping bag and a pillow. They have a lot of different wonderful t-shirts. And the best way for the students to get the t-shirts is in the chat. Now get your chats open. Click chat at the bottom of the screen if it's not open. And I'm going to have you do this for a few of the prizes because I didn't want to give somebody that is petite an XXL t-shirt. So I'm going to have you write sweet plus your size in the chat. And I will look at the chat later. And there's 3 or 4 different killer designs, really beautiful designs. All right, now on to Audix, one of our gold sponsors that have been very generous. I discovered the i5 mic last summer when I was playing with a band, and I had in-ears in, and all of a sudden I heard new frequencies that I didn't hear before, and I was sold immediately. So any gig I do, I take 2 Audix i5 microphones with me because I always lose one. So I pretty much buy 3 of everything usually, so I can lose 2 of them. So they are giving away an i5 mic and a cab grabber. And the winner of the i5 mic is Jeff Prince. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. I can use that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And even though I put the headphones up there, I just want to show you all that they offer, or a few things that they offer. And the thing that you see in the middle here is called a cab grabber. And if anybody has ever played in a small club, then you have tripped over the tripod that holds the mic to your amp cabinet. And this eliminates that. It will fit snugly to your guitar cab and hold the mic to the speaker. So the winner of the cab grabber is Brian Phillips. Come on down, Brian. I gotta get
Thank you. That's awesome. I'll use
Yeah.
it this weekend.
Yeah, so I want to see selfies with all your toys, you guys. All that time you get off at Christmas, spend it making selfies of you and your new toys. Fishman is a company that I've been with for years now, and I started with their Fishman TriplePlay wireless MIDI system. And I tell you what, when I first started doing guitar synth, it was ancient days, 20 years ago with Jeff Beck, and you couldn't even solo with synthesizers at that point. The technology has come so far. I bought a TriplePlay, and in fact, I did a little course on it yesterday, and it allows you to access almost any sound that a keyboard player can access, and that's a lot of power for a guitar player to have. So if you see an ad in the paper, somebody's looking for a saxophone player, just show up with your laptop. All it is a controller. It talks wirelessly to a dongle, and all the sounds are in your laptop. And then I got into their Fluence pickups, which I just adore. Super quiet. Angela's into them too, and what is not to love? We have 9 clip-on tuners. So get into the chat. Anybody that wants a clip-on tuner, just write "tune up" with an exclamation point. Next up, Stage Ninja is I forget all the metals. There's gold, platinum, silver sponsor. And what you see there, they do retractable cables and also a lot of different clamps that are amazing. I have a clamp to the left of me that has my one smartphone with a clock on it, and I put the clamp on my headstock, and I'm able to do the view where you shoot down the neck when you do videos. I have them all over here. And the box didn't arrive, so I'm not sure how many there are, and I am just going to surprise you. It'll be a Christmas present for 5 people. Tonewood amps. I'm going to hand the mic over to Vicky Genfen, and we're giving away this acoustic guitar amp. Tell them a little bit about it, Vicky.
Tonewood is this amazing doodad that you basically put on the, oh, come on. You just put it on the back of your guitar. You put it on the back of your acoustic guitar, and it's got 8 different settings, 8 different, sounds, 3 different reverbs, a delay, a Leslie, a tremolo, an auto wah, and an overdrive. And it just sticks on magnetically. Plug it into your little pickup thing, and you get crazy cool stuff, which is really, really fun for us acoustic players who just want to sit around and jam and do whatever and be inspired and write songs and not have to plug in and not have to, go through any of that stuff. So it's a really cool thing. And we do have a winner. You ready? Guys ready? Tonewood amp is going to Elisa McConey.
Woo! Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Mwah.
Now I have to percussive technique a little more.
Yeah, you can percuss away and have all kind of reverb and delay and cool stuff.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know she's going to take it and paint it blue, though, because she has an obsession with blue.
Sorry.
That's
Can
okay.
it say painting? Does it ruin it?
You will be the guinea pig to figure that out. And now...
Hello.
Hey, Neely, how are you?
How's it going, everyone? How was the symposium?
It was great, and I am going to bring you on board right after these gifts are gifted, and do a special shout out for your amazing guitaristic being.
You do your thing, Jennifer.
You can't hear a thing.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, she said do your thing, Jennifer.
Oh, do my thing. Oh, man. Telephone. That's a rough game to play. The Luna guitar. Vicky, take it over.
We have a winner. We have a winner for the Luna acoustic Gypsy Spalt. One of the cool things about the Luna guitars in general is that the neck profiles are a little thinner than normal, which makes it really kind of an ideal acoustic for somebody who's used to an electric guitar. They make some really cool guitars. Dan McCutcheon, you're getting this one. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vicky. That's wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Thanks to Luna. All right, you're so welcome.
You know I need one.
One of our hardcore alumni. Congratulations, Dan. I have been with the Blue Guitar Company. I was actually the first customer, and that is the amp I use. It's a 100-watt, essentially Marshall amp under 3 pounds that is tube-driven, MIDI capable, and I absolutely adore it. And I go direct with the Blue Guitar Blue Box, 16 cabinet IR speaker emulator, and he has provided 4 t-shirts. So write Blue Guitar in the chat for anybody that wants a t-shirt, and also your size. Next up, I'm going to torture you all with this. This is going to be fun. Cordial Cable has joined us the last few months. Don't write in the chat if you already got one. Some of the alumni already got one. Cordial is giving away 10 along with a t-shirt. So in the chat, you need to write pure virgin copper cable plus your t-shirt size. I will allow typos a little bit, because if it was up to me, you wouldn't be able to make out any of that. G7th Capos is with us again, and they have a couple of handsome, mighty handsome storage boxes for 2 lucky winners that are going to get capos. And for those, I just wanted to make sure that it goes to people that do want capos. So just write G7th Capos in the chat. Next up, locket straps. I love my locket strap. It keeps my guitar safe, and I don't need any outside hardware. Check this sucker out. It's spring loaded, and all you have to do is open up this little dealy here, and it snaps shut, so it keeps your guitar really safe. 5 people, if you don't already own one, write in the chat secure, because that's how it keeps your guitars. And that the same company, which is OMG, which I assume means oh my God, is going to give away these rock slides. It has a very interesting taper on one end, END. There's a reason I don't work for CNN, folks. And they're also, so that's one slide. So write rock slide in the chat if you would like this. They're also giving away 4 packs of 9 to 42 gauge strings, roto sound, and 4 packs of 9 to 46 roto sound. So just in the chat, just write your preference of 9 to 42 or 9 to 46. And next, the transcribe code. I did a module on transcribe. It's the company, the app I want to marry, absolutely. And I think every musician should have it. It's the only way to learn music and be able to slow it down. They are giving away 5 codes. So if you don't already own it, in the chat, write slow down with an exclamation point, because that's the #1 thing it does amongst many, many other things. The TrueFire company is going to give away codes to everybody. Alumni, if you've already gotten your 90-day free access, you don't get another 90 days. So anybody that hasn't gotten that, I will write you tomorrow as to how to get a hold of that. And boy, you get in there. Vicky has 7 courses. I have 3. Robin Ford, Steve Vai has courses in there. So you can have a look around at the thousands of courses and just have a field day in there. Guitar Playback is a company that is offering every student a big folder of jam tracks, real high-res jam tracks that are basically one chord to get down your modes. And I will also write on how to get that tomorrow. And our last sponsor, last but not least, is Tatrix. And Tay of Tatrix. These are modular, put together gobos that you can use for recording or rehearsing and keep things really silenced, which is awesome. That's a place to stick your drummer, because drummers are damn loud. You know what I'm saying? You could even record at home if you got one of those things. And I am going to a little behind, so I'm going to race ahead and introduce Neely Brosh with this. Yeah, girl, you're amazing. Say hello and say
awkward.
Oh, no. I love that. And I want one of those picks that flies in the air that just appears in your hand. Tell them the reason you couldn't be at the last couple symposiums, because you had some cool thing happen.
Oh, yeah, I was recording with Danny Elfman. That's what it was. Yeah.
Danny Elfman, the composer of over 100 scores and the leader of the band Oingo Boingo. We used to cover those songs in the 80s, man. He's an inventive dude. I'm so glad that you got that gig, and I hope we get to see you live.
One day. Who knows when that day will be? Not me. Do you?
There is a vaccine on the way.
There is. That's today's vaccine day. Happy vaccine day, I guess.
Yeah, that should be a national holiday, huh?
Well, we'll see. I'm not going to go there.
Okay. We're so glad to have you here. And Neely is going to join us in the Guitar Cloud Symposium coming up in February. And also Mark Lettieri from Snarky Puppy is going to join us. Yeah. I'm real excited about that. There's some badass players. It's just so inspiring, not just for the students, but for me. We all check out each other's modules and have a damn good time. Now, I would like to introduce David Walliman by using this. Nice one, David. And David is behind all of those backing tracks that he's given to every student. David, if you're in the house, show your face. You're gonna be joining us in February.
Hey, Jennifer. Hi, everyone. Good to be here.
It's good to see you. David, I often say you're my hero. You're such a visionary. David started about, 10 years ago, uploading consistently. I mean, wow, 3 lessons a week on YouTube. And now his YouTube channel is up to about 200,000 people that appreciate what you have to offer. Fantastic player, fantastic teacher. And we are so looking forward to hanging with you. We've been trying to figure out a way to get together for years now.
I know, right? So excited. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Glad to have you here.
Thanks.
And next up, the person that I threatened to introduce you to, that will also be with us in January during the Heroes One Day Deep Dive, is the amazing Jude Gold. He is the Los Angeles editor of Guitar Player magazine. He has hands down the best guitar podcast out there, and he's one of those guys that just puts a lot of work and digging into people's histories when he does an interview. It's not just show up and, hey, what's been going on? He really puts together a work of art with the No Guitar is Safe podcast. And he has a helicopter, so what's not to love? He's the guitar player from Jefferson Starship. And he also was in a band called Hot for Teacher. And here's a little taste of that. Jude, show your face to the planet, sir.
Hey, Jennifer, what a nice introduction. You are too kind. Those words, oh my gosh. First of all, I got some water here. I want to pour some out here for Mr. Eddie Van Halen. I'm kidding. That's my floor. But we are mourning him so heavily, and yeah, that's just pure love. You see me up there, you know, taking a stab at Eruption. That's pure love that goes back to 13 when I got that record for $3 used with 1 million scratches on it and put it on my turntable, and the sound of it just, you know, totally changed my life. So I've been geeking out on that stuff. I don't claim to be an expert, but I have the love, and I've come up with a few theories. So I'm really looking forward to diving deep into some Eddie Van Halen, you know.
We're so happy to have you here. Honestly, when I played that solo on YouTube 3 or 4 times, and you close your eyes and you don't know it's not the real thing, because it is the real thing. It's the Jude version. You've put an amazing amount of work into that, and it's man, I'm really looking forward to checking out your class on January 16th.
Well, you know, there's so much about Van Halen too. Like, obviously, we'll get into my interpretations of what I think he was doing on those crazy fast things like Eruption. But there's also all kinds of really simple entry-level stuff. Like it'll probably open up with how I feel like there's direct ties to like Rolling Stones and Keith Richards, that when you see the connection, it's kind of like it jumps out like, wow. So there'll be super simple stuff, and then also gradually getting crazier and crazier. But the funny thing about Eddie Van Halen is, as crazy as it is, when you actually learn what he's doing, it's usually pretty simple once you kind of understand it. Although sometimes it's fast. Like, playing with that band, I realized after a while, like I'd always get in an argument with our singer. Well, we argued over lots of stuff, but no, that's a joke. But like he always wanted to do Eruption second, like it is on the first album. We'd open with Running Down. I'm like, dude, you can't just do that second. Like you have to be kind of warmed up and fired up for that thing to you know, get the car into 7th gear there. So
Well, Jude, I hate to tell you, but I think that's the first time that a guitar player and a singer ever had a conflict.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Happens. We're so happy to have you with us, man. I'm thrilled. You're such a fine player. And I played with Stu Ham a couple years ago, and he gave me audio of you playing with him, and I go, uh-oh, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge here. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And now,
go ahead.
Laurie Basilio, are you in the house, madam?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, I'm going to give a little video intro to you before I talk about you.
Awesome.
I got to tell you, Laurie, you are one of my favorite players. I think I met you at a NAMM show, and you handed me a DVD, and I'd walk out of those things with a stack of crap, and a lot of times I just don't get a chance to listen to it. But your name kept popping up, and it turns out we ended up playing in the same Michael Jackson tribute band in Brazil.
Exactly, yeah. I mean...
So, I stepped into your shoes.
Oh man, this is crazy because I mean, I tell everybody that you're the queen. You're a huge influence, not only for me, but so many players out there. So I'm honored to hear these words from you. Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to joining you guys sometime next year.
Yeah, I hope you can. You are understandably very busy. That video that I just showed has well over 1 million views. Girl, you got something going on, and the video is so beautifully shot. It's got Vinnie Caliuta on drums, Nathan East on bass, and Greg Fillinganes, who was the musical director on the Michael Jackson tours, on keys. And you have such a beautiful melodic style, great tone. What's not to love? I'm so happy that you're living in America and are close, although we can't see anybody for a minute. It's so cool. You know, I think I thought I was going to run out of time, so I was racing through a few things. I'm going to go back and play. I was going to play this before Neely came on. A little bit of Danny Elfman's video that Neely plays on, just because it is so freak-ass crazy.
I'm so happy, happy. I'm so happy, happy.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I'm so happy, happy. Everything is crumbling, crumbling, crumbling. Everything is crumbling, crumbling, crumbling. Everything is crumbling, crumbling, crumbling. Happy, 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 happy. Choose your poison.
That's enough. It freaks me out. We've got about 7 minutes that we can actually take some questions. I just didn't know how this was going to work out time-wise, but there's lots of questions in the chat. There's some questions coming in from Facebook, so I'm going to call on Clem. If you're monitoring the chat at all, maybe we can answer some questions before Steve comes in.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Anybody have a question, type it on in the chat. It's really great to see you, Laurie. Everybody's really happy to see you, and Jude and Neely. It's just been really a lot of love you guys are getting in the chat over here. Let's see. I don't see any questions so far, really. Let's see. Everybody wants to pinch themselves for all of the wonderful talent that they're seeing on the screen right now. That's definitely true.
Yeah, you know, if anybody has any questions for any of the guests that I just brought in, I mean, there's a whole lot of notes between all these people. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? If there's no questions, I'll start asking questions. Laurie, you are working on a new record right now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I mean, most of the time this year, I spend like writing new songs, pre-producing new songs. I'm still working on it, and I'm planning to record to track the songs early next year. So I can't wait to show you guys my new songs.
Yeah, it's so exciting doing new music. It's like you're bursting trying to get it out to the world. It's like I want everybody to hear it now.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes I don't know if that's my favorite part is actually writing, because there's such energy there and you're so juiced, and then bringing it to the world, that's just a whole other thing.
Yeah.
With a whole lot of other elements, everything that can happen live. Do you have a tour planned post-COVID, or are you just hanging out waiting?
Oh, I just can't wait to play live again. Man, it feels like it was an eternity ago the last time. It's crazy, but yeah. I mean, I love writing. I love like being here in my home studio working on new songs, but definitely playing live, it's a different experience, and I can't wait to get back to it.
Yeah, well, tell us about your new endorsement, by the way. You have a new guitar endorsement.
I'm so excited and happy to have joined the Ibanez team, and join my sister Neely here. It's been a great time so far, and I'm working on some cool new projects with Ibanez, and I'm so happy, and I can't wait to share more with you guys.
Wonderful. I like your just sparkly guitar. That's
yeah.
You got a guitar that matches your personality. How great is that?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Somebody's asking Kat for a Prince story.
Great. Go, Kat.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I mean, when I auditioned for him, we didn't really play any of his music. He had gotten a package, and it was DATS back then, a package from me and Rhonda that we sent to Sheila E. And it had all these different styles on it. It didn't have any of his songs on it. And he played drums during my audition. And he said to me, did you buy any of my records? And I said, well, a lot of it was on, the radio a lot. And, I played in covered bands. He said, but did you buy any of my records? And what I love a lot about him was the work he did for film. So nearly, that thing you did with Danny, that's bananas. And I'm just stunned to just meet Laurie now. I'm just stunned to see her. So he asked me, well, from the soundtracks, what song did you like? And there was a song that was inside one of his movies called Joy and Repetition. And we ended up learning it, and it ended up being the starting song for the Love for One Another tour when we first joined the band, and we did a big special on BET. And the sax player, Eric Leeds, and a couple of the guys that had been in the band for years, came to me and said, "Thank you. We've been waiting for years to play that song." But you know, that to me, when I think about how much rehearsing and preparation that we did, it really was his mantra. And it's a mantra that I keep a lot. There is joy in repetition. So that's one of my favorite songs. And, you know, because he's written so many songs, it was one of the first songs that I saw him actually pull out a lyric sheet, because it's a very wordy song, because it was written for that film, Graffiti Bridge. So there you go. I hope that's what you were looking for. I'm not sure.
I don't think I could have worked for Prince. He had such a ridiculous schedule. I've heard it from so many people.
But there was no schedule. There was no schedule. He maybe, after being in Paisley as we prepped for the tour, I think I kind of clocked that maybe he might have slept 3 or 4 hours a day, and that was it. He would always be up doing something. He would check to see who was around, who was awake.
Yeah, the problem is he expected everybody else to sleep 3 or 4 hours a day. And man, I heard you guys would have sound checks for hours, which were basically a writing session. Then you'd do an entire show, and then you'd go to the club and jam all night. My God.
Yep. And in the sound checks, he would change the arrangements of the songs that we had played the night before. And very rarely did we repeat too many of the songs. I think I'd learned 131 songs by the time we prepped for that first tour.
Okay, y'all, you see why I got so much admiration for Kat, man. She's, woo! You are 100 levels up there from my pea brain.
No, I just look at music as a buffet, and I'm kind of greedy.
That's fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time that we talk about the man of the hour, who is sporting the cover of Guitar Player magazine. Steve, I didn't even recognize you at first when I saw that, because you have grown your first beard ever.
Hello, my dog. How are you?
So good to see you. So I'm gonna shut down the live stream.
I'm trying to find a spot where there's maybe some more light. Can you see me okay? It's kind of dark. How's that?